What is up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P, the main attraction, back in action. The Motor City Cats back at it. Came to give you stats, not static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. Listen, man. I'm going to jump right into it. We got the Carlton Davis situation. We got the Trey Hendrickson news. We got the Joey Bosa situation. Now, here's the thing that I want to say. Let's start with Carlton Davis. Carlton Davis, we know we put out that tweet and everybody went crazy over it. I didn't really say anything about it yesterday because I was just like, it is what it is. Carlton Davis is in negotiations. It is time for free agency. It officially starts next week. The legal tampering period starts Monday, I believe, at midnight. I don't believe that his agent, okay, I don't want to say he and his agent. I don't believe that his agent is waiting until Monday at midnight to start talking to people, to start fielding offers, to start trying to understand what his market value is. I don't think that's what an agent does. Okay. As a player, he can't negotiate, but agents, they put calls out and they do these things. I never thought that it was going to come down to, if it's a bidding war, Carlton Davis is coming back to the Detroit Lions. This is why. You guys remember a while back, I think it was after the Texans game, I said, now, the video may have been scrubbed from the internet. That's just sometimes what happens with people. It may have been scrubbed from the internet. It may not be accessible anymore. But I basically said we need to re-sign Carlton Davis now. After the Houston Texans game, we re-sign Carlton Davis now before he has an opportunity to test the market and outprice himself from coming back to the Detroit Lions. Now, I don't know if that was done. I can't say that they explored those options or that they didn't explore those options. I have no idea. I'm not privy to that information. If it wasn't done, though, I feel like it's a gross miscalculation. You knew what Carlton Davis was at that point. You knew what he was going to be for your team, and I feel like he should have been re-signed in the middle of the season, just like David Montgomery was re-signed. If you were giving out contracts in the middle of the season, that means you were capable of doing negotiations. And maybe they came to the table and said, hey, Carlton, we want to negotiate. And maybe his agent said, no, we don't want to do that. We'll wait till after the season. He's a free agent anyway. Maybe. I don't know. But I hope Carlton Davis comes back to the Detroit Lions. I do not believe that you can afford to not re-sign him. I do not believe that Darius Slay is an upgrade over Carlton Davis. I do not believe that Darius Slay is even a replacement for Carlton Davis. If you go and look at Vic Fangio's scheme, not as man heavy as what we do. And I think we're going to continue to do a lot of the same things, even though Coach Shep has said that he's going to make a little bit of, a few tweaks here and there. Well, we don't know what those tweaks are. But Dan Campbell did talk about that at the combine when he said, okay, well, we want to do the same things. Maybe, okay, you deploy a lot of man coverage, but what is your man? Is it press man? Is it combo coverage? Are you manning on one side and zoning on the other side? There's different ways to deploy coverages and concepts. So that's what we're looking at for Shep. So we can't say 100% that he's ruled out because he's a zone coverage corner and not really a man coverage corner at this point in his career. But I don't want Darius Slay. I want Carlton Davis. Okay. There have been some other names out there, maybe a Paulson Adebo. The only thing I've heard about him is that he's grabby. He's pretty good, but I've heard he's grabby. He apparently gets called for a few pass interferences here and there. Terrion Arnold has gotten better, so we'll see what happens with that. All right, Joey Bosa. Let's call him Noe Bosa. You see what I did there? Listen, Joey Bosa, of course, was cut by the I almost called them San Diego, the Los Angeles Chargers. Okay, sometimes, this is like the Seattle Supersonics, right? I always almost call the Seattle Seahawks the Seattle Supersonics, and I almost always call the Los Angeles Chargers the San Diego Chargers. It just comes with the territory when you've been a sports fan for as long as I have. It's just like calling Twitter X or X Twitter. Sometimes you just give up and you just be like, I'm not going to call it X. I'm just going to call it Twitter. This is not a post. It's a tweet. You know what I mean? It's just that type of thing. Takes some getting used to. But anyway, the Los Angeles Chargers officially released Joey Bosa. My problem with Joey Bosa is not the contract, because I believe he might take, a discount or whatever the case may be. Joey Bosa doesn't play football. And I understand that we could have him in a rotation. We would have him in a rotation with Big Z and Aidan Hutchinson. And then, a lot of the wear and tear wouldn't happen. I just have lots of PTSD when it comes to Marcus Davenport, because he was the same type of guy as far as injuries. Now, I think Marcus Davenport dealt with more injuries. Joey Bosa is dealing with feet, hamstring, lower body injuries right now. It's not looking good. So if you could not sell me on the availability of Marcus Davenport, how in the hell are you going to sell me on the availability of Joey Bosa? I don't see why I would have a different point of view when we're talking about these two players. Joey Bosa, to me, is giving Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport is giving Joey Bosa. They are both beasts when healthy. I think Marcus Davenport is more physically opposing, possibly, but when are they healthy? Marcus Davenport did not last 2 games for the Detroit Lions. Let that sink in. He did not last 2 games. He went out, I guess, in the end of game 1 with a groin injury. He did not play game 2, and game 3, he didn't make it through the game. He was injured and lost for the season. So I just, again, no. Because of what just happened this last year, no to Joey Bosa. Absolutely not. All right, I'm not really concerned about the locker room stuff or whatever the case may be. I don't care about none of that. What I care about is he going to be available? We've dealt with enough injured people. Again, see Marcus Davenport last year. If you want to know why I don't want Joey Bosa on this team, see Marcus Davenport. Is he a great player? Is he excellent at football? Yes. 100% yes. Would he help this team? 100% yes, he would. Would he be healthy enough to do so? That's where I stop with my agreement and my 100% and my yeses and all of that. I stop at would he be healthy for the entire season. Now, if we're going to get the gang all back together, let's re-sign Marcus Davenport and then go ahead and get Joey Bosa. And now they're both sitting behind Big Z, and you can give Joey Bosa, 5 snaps a game, and you can give Marcus Davenport 3 snaps a game and hope and pray that they get through the whole season, because they're only playing 5 and 3 snaps a game. So I'm out on Joey Bosa, bro. If his medicals were better, he probably would still be in Los Angeles. Okay. All right. Trey Hendrickson. The Trey Hendrickson news has everyone abuzz today. And Trey Hendrickson, if you didn't know, if you hadn't heard, if you've been living under a rock, has been officially granted permission to seek a trade. He's been granted that permission by the Cincinnati Bengals, the team that he currently plays for. He will not be a Cincinnati Bengal next season. He will be playing somewhere else. He wants to go somewhere. He's going to be looking at Max Crosby and the extension that he got, and he's going to be like, I need the same. Maybe a little bit less. But generally, people will ask for more. Well, Max Crosby got his. That means I'm the next man up. If Max Crosby's getting 35, 36 million a year, I want 37, 38. Now, everyone that freaks out about Brad Holmes and, he doesn't pay people and big free agents and all these other things, are you paying a Trey Hendrickson that's going to command damn near $40 million a year? Now, there are ways that you could structure the contract so that it doesn't actually hurt the way that it looks like it'll hurt. Okay, if you're paying someone close to $40 million a year, I'm just not giving an actual number because obviously 35 is already close. So if he's over 35, then it's closer to 40 million. Okay, it's just that's how you round things up and down. So I'm just gonna say close to 40 million. Don't freak out in the comments and be like, "Oh, you said he was gonna command 40 million a year." I didn't say that. I said close to. Anything beyond the middle line, the median, which is 35, is close to 40. Anything not beyond 5, the median, is close to 30. So that's just the way that numbers work. Okay. So anyway, now that we got that out of the way, numbers work in a certain way. If you're paying a man close to 40 million a year, how do you believe that Brad Holmes is going to do that? Right? I don't know how you believe it. Like I was saying, there are ways that you can finagle things within the contract so it doesn't it doesn't count for that much. Okay? We're talking about void years. We're talking about signing bonuses. We're talking about all these things. I believe, as I am a cap is not real type of guy, that you could sign Trey Hendrickson. I believe that because I understand that they structure contracts in different ways to balance out the cap. That's how you've got Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, all getting extended in the same year because of the way that it lines up against the cap. I would love for you to bring Trey Hendrickson in and sign him to a long-term deal, the same long-term deal that he wants. And I don't believe, again, that you would have to not be able to sign Hutch, that you would have to not be able to sign J-Mo, that you'd have to not be able to sign Kirby. Okay, gotta look at the Philadelphia Eagles. They sign everybody. And there have been teams in the past that have signed everybody. And the Los Angeles Rams of F them picks fame was able to sign everybody. So there are ways that you can finagle things in order for things to be, for example, you front load Trey Hendrickson's contract, you back load Hutch's. And then that way they are not affecting the cap at the same time. You understand what and also sometimes when you front load things and you convert it into a signing bonus, again, see Matthew Stafford, $60 million cap hit went down to $1 million because they gave him the whole $60 million and they converted it to a signing bonus. Okay. So cap structure is we have to have a class in capology and figure out how to do these things, but you can fit a lot of stuff under the cap where people think that you can't do it. Does Sheila Ford Hamp have the money? Yes. The Fords have money. If you haven't noticed, you look around every time you go out of your house and you get into your car. It doesn't matter if your car is a Mitsubishi, if it's a Toyota, if it's a freaking Ferrari, whatever the case may be, thank the Fords. Yes, Henry Ford, they got all the money. Okay, the auto industry may not be the way what it used to be, but they got all the money. Okay, the Fords got money. So if we want to go ahead and be cash rich owners and all these things, and we can put the money up and do all these things, we can. Don't think we can't. We're not poor around here. Okay, we ain't poor. We ain't broke. I'm saying we like I'm part of the Fords. I'd love to be. Sheila, baby, if you out there. Holla at your boy. I know you got a granddaughter or something. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I would love to have Trey Hendrickson on this team. I do not think that the cap is an actual real thing unless you do not know how to manage it. I've said this many times before. Would I rather have Trey than Joey? 100%. Absolutely. 100 freaking percent. It's not even a question. Please bring Trey Hendrickson here, Brad Holmes. All right? If you can't, and again, this is if you can't get Myles Garrett. Right? Again, you know how that phone call went. Brad might have to get back on the phone with Andrew, be like, hey, yeah, what up, though, Andrew? Yeah, this Brad again. Listen. Nah, you got it. What you gonna do? Because I need you guys to poop or you got to get off the pot. Because, baby, you see the Trey Hendrickson news, right? Oh, that's gonna hurt y'all. That's gonna hurt y'all because some of the people that were in this situation, they gonna get out. So I need to know before Monday. I did say Monday. I need to know before Monday, midnight, what you gonna do with Myles. Because if you ain't gonna poop, hey, you got to get off the pot. And if you get off the pot, that's just another suitor that's gone. So what you gonna do? You gonna take these picks, or, and I stress, or I'm gonna go ahead right across the street from you in Cincinnati, and we're gonna work out a deal over there. So what you wanna do? Okay. Yeah, call me back. Call me back now, because, hey, we got to get something done. Okay? It's getting late early. All right, I'm going to holler at you. Bye. And that's how that conversation's got to go. So, anyway, once again, everybody, appreciate you once again for sticking around, hanging out. If you've watched till the end of this, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this so that everybody knows that the cap is not real. Motor City Cat's back at it. Came to give you stats, not static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. And we are out. Peace. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and not none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications, because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.